The Beatles were far more than just a rock and roll band. They became a global cultural force. Their meteoric rise began in 1963, capturing the attention of audiences throughout the UK and Europe. By February 1964, the group had taken the United States by storm. Their single, "I Want to Hold Your Hand," topped the charts, and their appearance on The Ed Sullivan Show drew more than 73 million viewers, marking a historic moment in pop culture. From humble beginnings at Liverpool's Cavern Club, they catapulted into international stardom within a few short years. The phenomenon known as Beatlemania quickly transformed into a commercial powerhouse. Their success soon extended into the world of film. Just a month after conquering America, the Beatles began shooting their debut movie, A Hard Day's Night. This followed Paul McCartney's recent revelation that he was deeply impressed by a particular cover of a Beatles song. Directed by Richard Lester, the film featured Paul McCartney, George Harrison, Ringo Starr, and John Lennon, portraying exaggerated versions of themselves in a fast-paced comedy that chronicled 2 chaotic days, leading up to a television performance. The movie's soundtrack doubled as the band's 3rd studio album and was unique in that it consisted entirely of original songs written by the group. The quirky title, A Hard Day's Night, was coined almost by accident near the end of the film's production. It stemmed from an offhand remark Ringo Starr had made. Paul later described how the team, consisting of the band, director Richard Lester, producer Walter Shenson, United Artists executive Bud Ornstein, and others, were brainstorming title ideas at Twickenham Studios. During the session, someone recalled a funny comment Ringo had made after a long workday. He had remarked that it had been a hard day, then quickly corrected himself when he realized it was already nighttime, blending the phrases into what would become the film's title. The group found the expression amusing and distinctive, and it stuck. Ringo would later explain that the phrase came from a moment of exhaustion. After working all day and night, he had absent-mindedly started to say it had been a hard day, then adjusted mid-sentence upon noticing the evening sky, accidentally coining the phrase, "a hard day's night." John Lennon, in a 1980 interview with Playboy, reflected on the creative competition between himself and Paul during those early years. He recalled that he had quickly written the title song the morning after the phrase was chosen, motivated by the friendly rivalry over who would contribute the next hit. At that time, Lennon pointed out, he often took the lead in writing the group's singles and film tracks. He also noted that Paul sang the bridge in A Hard Day's Night because John couldn't quite hit the high notes. Initially, Paul had been hesitant about using the phrase as the title for a song. He and John were used to crafting their own ideas freely and weren't comfortable with being told what to write. Nonetheless, the phrase's charm and uniqueness eventually won them over, becoming yet another iconic part of the Beatles' legacy.